The call came while I stood outside her hospital room. Machines hummed softly, tubes whispered, and beneath the cold white glow, my daughter lay still. The man's voice on the other end dripped arrogance. "Your daughter should have said yes," he sneered. "My son doesn't take rejection kindly." I didn't speak. He continued, almost entertained. "You'll get a settlement soon. Don't bother fighting. It won't end well. My lawyers will crush you. I own the city." That confidence. It was familiar. The same tone men use when they believe money erases consequences. "Drop it," he said. Through the glass, I looked at my daughter's fragile body, her head wrapped in gauze, the steady rhythm of the heart monitor her only voice. Then, quietly, I said, "You got 5 minutes to bring him to the station." There was silence, then laughter. "Do you know who I am?" I let the pause hang before answering. "Yes, but do you know who I am?" Then I ended the call. One more call followed. 10 minutes later, a sleek black car screeched into the hospital lot. The man climbed out himself, pale, trembling, desperate. "Please," he begged. "I'll do anything." He already knew, and for the first time that night, I exhaled. My daughter's name is Emily. 17. Straight A's. Quiet. The kind who says thank you to waiters. 2 weeks ago, she came home in tears. "He won't stop texting me," she said. "He followed me after school." I knew the name. The billionaire's son, the one who owned the papers, the police, half the skyline. Block him. I told her. She did. The next night, she never came home. They found her car near the riverbank. Doors wide open. Phone shattered. A witness said she'd been at a party she hadn't wanted to attend, that she'd said no, that he hadn't liked that word. When they brought her in, the report said accidental trauma. No arrests, no charges, just a smirk from the detective who muttered, "You're fighting a losing battle, sir." That was when I understood. The system doesn't protect the innocent. It protects wealth. But I wasn't built to beg. I was built to bury men like him. Quietly. I played my role perfectly. The grieving father, asking questions, not making threats. Every conversation was a breadcrumb. The nurse who whispered that the hospital lost the toxicology report. The officer who claimed the mansion surveillance footage was unrecoverable. I knew what those words meant. Money had already spoken. So I decided to speak a language it didn't understand. Nights were spent digging. Case files, sealed reports, financial trails. My badge opened doors that cash couldn't buy. Doors that closed from the inside. He thought I was a detective. He was wrong. I was something quieter. I called in favors from people who didn't know me, but feared disappointing me. I reached back into shadows I'd left behind when I left internal affairs. People remembered one thing. My silence was never free. Every lead, every name, every record led me to one truth. He'd done this before. 3 girls, 3 payouts, 1 suicide, each buried under the same signature, his father's. And when the puzzle was complete, I didn't feel rage. I felt purpose. He called again, his tone calmer now. "I hear you've been asking around. Let's settle this like men. No need to ruin lives." "You already did," I said. He sighed. "You can't touch us. My lawyers, my people." "You're right," I interrupted. "I can't." I texted him one image. Bank transfers, blackmail logs, the names of officers on his payroll. "You should check who's copied," I said. No reply. An hour later, the phone started ringing. Reporters, lawyers, even a senator. By midnight, his son was in custody, delivered by his own father. Shaking, sweating, defeated. He found me in the hospital hallway, voice breaking. "Please, I'll pay. I'll fix this." I looked at him, not with fury, but with the calm of a man who'd already chosen the ending. "You can't buy what you destroyed," I said. He fell to his knees, and in that moment, realization hit him. Money couldn't rewrite this story. The next morning, I released everything. Emails, transfers, photos, legal records. I didn't need to scream. The truth screamed for me. By noon, his company's stock collapsed. Board members resigned. The headlines sang his downfall. And I just watched. He called once more, voice trembling. "You win," he whispered. "No," I said. "She loses. I just made sure you'd remember." Then I hung up. He'd never understand the price of what I'd done. The lines crossed, the rules broken, the people used. But justice isn't clean. It's deliberate, and it always demands something in return. 3 weeks later, Emily opened her eyes. She didn't remember any of it. Maybe that was mercy. She asked, "Is he sorry?" "Yes." I lied. Not because he was, but because she needed to believe something good survived. That night, I stood again outside her room. Same hum, same sterile light. But this time, the silence didn't hurt. It just was, from a hallway TV. The billionaire's voice cracked during a press conference, his empire burning behind him. I turned it off. Justice had been done. Not the kind written in law books, but the kind carved in quiet places, where monsters learn fear, and fathers learn what it costs to make them feel it. I walked out of that hospital without looking back. Some truths don't heal. They end.